going to read today a book called Mr. Forgetful. One day, it was one of those beautiful summer mornings that everybody likes. The owner of the Forgot-Me-Not call it fast asleep dreaming. His name, of course, was Mr. Forgetful. The sun streaming into the window woke him up. Oh, he yawned and scratched his arms. He tried to remember that he had been dreaming, but of course he couldn't. You see, Mr. Forgetful couldn't remember anything at all, ever. Mr. Forgetful got out of bed, went to wash his face, but he had forgotten his bathroom was. He walked into the closet and said, "Silly me," he giggled to himself. Eventually, of course, Mr. Forgetful found his bathroom. He washed his face, even remembered to brush his teeth. Then Mr. Forgetful went downstairs to make himself some breakfast. He toasted some bread, but he forgot about it and it burnt. He boiled himself an egg, but he forgot about it and turned hard boiled. In fact, Mr. Forgetful burned his toast and hard boiled his egg every morning. It was such a lovely day. Forgetful decided to walk down the village. He needed to buy a stamp for his letter he written 3 weeks ago, but had forgotten to mail. Did he remember to shut the door? Oh, Forgot-Me-Not cottage. On his way out, of course, he's Mr. Forgetful. "Good morning, Mr. Forgetful," said Mrs. Parsel in the post office. "What can I do for you today?" I've forgotten a stamp," said Mrs. Parkle, looking at the letter Mr. Forgetful was carrying. "Yes, a stamp. That's what I was trying to remember not to forget," said Mr. Forgetful. As Mr. Forgetful left the post office, Mrs. Parable smiled. She was used to Mr. Forgetful. Mr. Forgetful went to do the rest of his shopping, but he could remember what he was supposed to remember. To shop for, or of course he couldn't, so Mr. Forgetful decided to go back home. Poor Mr. Thoughtful. He never had a message to remember. "There's a sheep loose in the lane," he said to himself as he hurried along. "There's a sheep loose in the lane. There's a sheep loose in the lane." Mr. Forgetful repeated the message over and over again. Finally, he arrived at the farm fields they found. Farmer Fields. Mr. Fields, he cried, there's a goose asleep in the rain. There's a goose asleep in the rain, repeated Farmer Fields. I don't have any geese and it's not raining. Are you sure that's the message you had for me? Poor Forgetful, he forgotten it all wrong and he couldn't remember how to get it right. Well, away from the Farmer Fields, feeling so sorry for that he didn't see that was a sheep loose in the lane. He bumped right into it, fell. Drat, said Mr. Forgetful. Bah, said the sheep. How silly. Silly laying loose in the rain, thought Mr. Forgetful. And then he remembered the message. He jumped up and ran back along the lane to the farm as fast as he could. Mr. Fields, he called, there's a goose asleep in the rain. Poor Forgetful, he forgot. Mr. Fields just scratched his head. Come with me, cried Mr. Forgetful. He pulled the Farmer Fields back along the lane until they came to the sheep that was loose. Then he stopped. Oh dear, that's not a goose, that's a sheep, Mr. Forgetful blushed. I think, said Farmer Fields, that you are only goose. A silly goose. Farmer Fields laughed. Mr. Forgetful giggled, and even the sheep started to laugh. Mr. Forgetful laughed so hard he almost forgot he couldn't remember things. In the evening, Mr. Forgetful sat in his favorite easy chair in Forget-Me-Not Cottage. He thought about the funny day he'd had, but do you know what? He tried and tried, but he couldn't remember anything that had happened all day. Oh, Mr. Forgetful. The end. Hey guys, hit that like button and subscribe. Like always, this is my first video, and you probably know me from my other channel, Daniel Metz. So if you're the fans from that channel, subscribe to that channel too, and peace out.